Hi, for any time or shit, anyone. Sorry, I got a bunch of shit on my mind. But anyone this first time of the year, my name's Heather. Um, Usually I just do videos about ranting about certain topics. Usually it's mainly self. It might seem self-absorbed or whatever, but it's just shit that I'm going through or whatever. So if anybody gives a damn to know what the hell I'm going through, or they need to know that they're not the only ones that are struggling with very hard or difficult times, um, they can watch my videos. I have some videos where I talk about my suicide attempts, and my depression, and about my parents taking custody of my daughter last year, and just some other shit that I've been through, because in all honesty, I've been through a hell of a lot of shit. And I'm to the point now where I'm just so fucking fed up with things, and I'm trying to learn. And it's not the first time that I'm trying to learn this shit, but it's like I'm trying to learn how to go about getting away from people that are very narcissistic, building myself up, my own self confidence, being able to find friends that are actually worth a damn and reliable, and to hear just even people talk. Apparently, that doesn't fucking exist. So I don't know what the hell to do about that. And it's like, I got a Facebook that I've got like maybe 50 something or 60 friends on, max. And that's it. That's the only friends that I have, and these are people that I've worked with. And maybe two or three that I've went to school with. My Facebook used to be full of everybody that I ever encountered, went to school with, that was somewhat relatively nice to me. And the thing is the people that have had more advantages to build their life, like the people that are better off. Like, I just got my license this past month, my driver's license, because my shit life is the best way to put it. And so all these people that have always had their license since they were younger, had a job since they were younger, the preppy kids in school, the popular kids, all this and everything. The reason I got rid of them a long ass time ago was because it got so bad, because they'll pick on you. It's like people get higher up, or if they are higher up on a scale, on a societal scale or whatever, for as far as society standards, they will see somebody that is down low, and instead of helping them, instead of like reaching out a hand and helping them and being like, hey, if there's anything that you need, let me know. And so that's another reason that I'm kind of doing my YouTube videos, is because my life might be better off than some other people's. And so, like, granted, I'm not saying I can do everything for you, but I'm offering a helping hand to anybody that needs it and genuinely fucking needs it. Not no damn bullshitter that's gonna sit there and fucking lie and shit. But, so, I had these people years ago that were all people that I went to school with, and I was like, yeah, I remember them, man, I remember this, I remember that, I remember. And I still fondly remember a bunch of them, because, I mean, hell, I went to school with them, so you seen them for a few years, and you got to hang out with them, you got to talk to them, or you bumped up against them and you used to flirt with them, or you almost kissed them that one time, or you went to a dance and they asked you to dance one dance with them. And so you built memories with these people and everything. And you're like, I still care. And then you find out that they don't. And you find out that they never did. And, but you know that there's a part of them that's still good. So you're like, what the fuck do I do with this information, God? Or even if you don't believe in God, what do I do with this information? What do I do with knowing how shitty people are? And if you're anything like me, you don't want to grow up and be this hard, hateful, mean, pain in the ass bitch to people. But at the same damn time, I mean, there's even a fucking TED Talk where it's like, yes, you have to be a bitch. You have to be a bitch to, get what you want. And so right now in my life, I'm having to find that balance of just being like, fuck it, and being like, listen, this is how it's going to be. And that's the end of it. And if you don't like it, that sucks for you, don't it? But at the same time, still not come across like a complete and total asshole and everything. And so I'm just struggling with that. And I just tried to look up, just Google it, how's the best way to go about picking friends for as far as your Facebook? Because I don't want the same shitty friends that I've had. Because apparently the shitty friends that I've had, and you can take this however you want to and everything, but I mean, my God, it has taken me this long till I'm 30 to meet one girl that's a friend. Now, this isn't the girl that I've talked about that I fell in love with. One girl that's a friend that has helped me do something that is just about me. That's just what I want to do. And that's helping me get my license. And sometimes I even wonder about her and how good of a friend she's going to turn out to be. Because we're not the best of friends. But we're fairly close. And I do love and care about her. But I did love and care about the other people before her that treated me a hell of a lot worse. And I still love and care about them. That's the reason I even got one guy on my Facebook right now. Is because I don't genuinely oh baby, love him. But I can see it in him that he has a good heart, even though he comes across as a little bit of a dickhead sometimes. And he did to me a few years ago when I offered to take his dog, trying to help him out, be legitimate and help him out. And instead, because I was the poor white trash girl or whatever, that wasn't his regular type of friend, because if his regular type of friend would have offered to take his dog, because he's in the Marines, and so he was leaving. He was getting deployed. And he had a dog. And he's like, I don't want to get rid of my dog. I just need to home it for the years that I'm gone, But then if I don't come back, then whoever has her is going to have to be fine with having her for the rest of her life. But if not, then I want her back whenever I do come back home. And I was like, hey, buddy, I can do that for you. And because of who I am, he made fun of me for it. He got his mom to make fun of me for it. He got all his little popular friends to make fun of me for it. And they probably still make fun of me for it to this damn day. And even if he ever watches this video, he'll probably be laughing and giggling about it. But I still see that I don't know. I just see that he has something good in him. And I don't know. I guess another thing too is he's a Leo like me. And so call me selfish, I don't give a shit. But anyways, I know the sadness that's behind Leo's pain. And even though I've not seen this guy suffer a lot, I seen him wanting attention from somebody one day when we were in school and he wasn't getting it. And he had the same look on his face that I get on my face. The same look of disappointment and everything. But anyways, I guarantee you if it would have been one of his other popular friends that would have been like, yeah, I'll take your dog and take care of it. Oh, he would have jumped on that bandwagon, it's lickety split. He would have been all up in that shit. And been like, oh my God, thank you. Somebody's willing to take my dog and take care of it for me. Oh my God, you're the greatest person ever. And this and that. And instead, I got treated like shit for it because of who I am or who he thinks I am. Because that's what we live in. We live in a society that labels people, and apparently I'm labeled as some retarded fuck white trash piece of shit that's just manipulative and mean as hell, and I don't even fucking know. I really don't. But that's not who the hell I am, and I don't even give a shit if people don't believe what I am or believe I have any good qualities or anything anymore. To each his fucking own. But if you think badly of me, then go get in line with the rest of the fuckers, behind the fucking door that's been bolted and welded shut. You get what I'm saying? And that shit ain't never opening again. But it's I literally don't know how to find friends. that I really want to be like, yeah, that's my friend, like, associate with, because relationships have just become so shady. I mean, they are shady down to, that's even like my kid going and staying with my parents because my mom's a narcissist, they turned her against me and everything, and she fell for it. And now she's kind of in this awkward state of kind of realizing some shit, and I'm just like, mm-hmm, and I'm just like, yeah. Now you feel so stuck. You feel like you can't do nothing. Like, and all I can say to that is like, I'm gonna save you, or whatever. I'm gonna get you out of there if that's what you want. I'll leave you there if that's what you want. But the door is always gonna be open, and there ain't no court system in the whole fucking world that's gonna tell my daughter that she cannot come home when she fucking wants to come home. That's all there is to it. So if my baby calls me right now and says, Mama, I want to come home, guess what? Mama gonna walk her ass down there even though I ain't got a fucking car, or I'm gonna borrow my friend's car. But if not, I'm gonna walk my ass down there or pay a damn cab, and I'll piggyback my fucking kid back home if I got to. Ain't no court system in the whole fucking world gonna say my child cannot come home when she wants to come home. My door is always open for my daughter. Anyways, sorry, just had to get that out. But I'm just kind of going through a little bit of hell, like always. But it's not even as much hell as I've been through to a degree. I'm just kind of numbed by everything, and it's like I'm having to figure out so much stuff. And like I said in this morning's video, this is the first time that, like, because my parents, it's like their thumb is off of me because now they think they're controlling me because they got my kid. And even though them having my kid is dictating some of the things that I need to do, it's not something that I've never thought about, I guess, in a way. Like, if I didn't need to do it with them, and I don't know how to word it. I really don't know how to explain it, but it's not nothing that's personally controlling me, because the control amount of it that fucked up my emotions, that shit's done over with. Like, it's done. The damage is already done, and it ain't getting solved, and it ain't going back. I've lost my ability to keep my temper with other people and other shit, and I've just let people have it. And I'm actually proud of myself for it, so I'm kind of taking this as a good thing, because I'm like, hey, I get to kind of revamp my life, I guess is the best way to word it. I get to restart. I get to reboot, And even though I hate doing that, like with my kid around, because I used to always depend on my kid and be like, what do you want, or how do you want this, or how do you want your room, or how do you want me to decorate it, or how do this, or how do that, or whatever. And even though if she were to come home right now, I would be like, okay, how this, how that, and everything. But there would be things that I would have to directly tell her. And see, that has not been our relationship. Our relationship has not been, I'm going to tell you what to do, and you're going to do it. And even at that, I don't mean it like in an over-controlling way, but I've never been that way with my kid because I was never allowed to, permitted to, encouraged to. I was actually downgraded and shit-talked for trying to be like, no, you're not eating that candy. And my parents would be like, yes, she can have it, And so now if she was to come back home, I'd be like, okay, when the lease is up, we're moving. And if she were to come home and she were home, like a month or 2 or 3 or 4 before our lease is up, I'd be like, here's you some boxes. Go pack go pack your stuff. Oh, well, I can't find a place for us to live where the dogs can be inside. Well, the dogs are going to be outside because we got to have a place to live. And I'm not living here with this landlord in the way that she's been. I've had my fill of it. This woman, like most other people in the fucking world, just wants money. But the thing is she wants more money than she's kind of entitled to. Because she complains about damages on everything with everybody. She's done taken so many people to court, I don't even want to know the list. That's how absurd it probably is. I don't even want to hear about it. I've done witnessed her take, what, four people to court. And it's been the 4 people that's moved out of here. She's taken everybody that's moved out of her place to court, for as far as I know. And then there's a woman that told me that she used to live here that she took to court. So she's taken 5 cases to court. I don't even know what to say to that other than damn. Like, just damn. But anyways, back to the whole Facebook thing and finding friends and stuff like that. That's the reason I've not linked my YouTube videos to my Facebook. It's not because I'm ashamed of my videos. It's not because I'm embarrassed. It is a little bit, Dylan, I ain't even gonna lie, with the amount of hatred I'm afraid that I might get. And I don't know how well I would have handled it before now. And I'm not even 100% certain how I'd handle it right about now. And I'm kind of in a little pissed off mood, so I really don't know how the fuck I would handle it. But I just want some real legitimate friends. And by that, I don't mean best friends, okay? You ain't gotta answer my phone call past 9 p.m. any fucking night of the week, okay? You don't have to answer my phone call anytime before 12 p.m., in the fucking day. Like, you ain't gotta do that shit for me, okay? You ain't gotta come and clean my sloppy ass up because I got too fucking drunk and I can't even find the fucking toilet to puke, okay? You ain't gotta do that shit with me. You don't got to be the backbone for me, okay? And I shouldn't have to be the backbone for you. But if we do end up being the backbone for each other, because let's say I call you and I'm out riding and my tire goes flat, or, something else happens. And I call you and I say, hey, are you busy? And you say, no. And let's hope you're a good person. And so you're not going to lie. And I say, well, my tire went flat or this happened. Can you give me a ride? I would hope you would truthfully tell me yes or no. I would hope that even if it's, yeah, I guess I can, but I really don't want to, I hope you would actually say that. That way I actually know what little bit of a contract I'm signing into if I beg you and say, well, I know you don't want to, but I'd really appreciate it if you did. That way I know that next time I really don't want to help your ass out, I fucking got to, because you did the shit for me. I need real people in my life. I need people that I can call them and say, hey, I need you, or this has happened and I'm completely stranded. And say you are busy. And say you're busy with something that I may even think's petty in the back of my mind when you first say it. And I might even tell you, or I might not. But say you're like, oh, well, I'm at my kid's soccer game. And say it's like halfway into the season, so it's not the first soccer game, it's not the last soccer game. And you're like, oh, I'm at my kid's soccer game. I really can't help you right now. I'll be like, okay. And then I'll be like, well, that was some petty shit. I'll get off the phone with you. And yeah, I might bitch to somebody and be like, they wouldn't come and get me and they were the only person I could get a hold of. But then guess what? When I say that, I'm also going, if I have another friend that I can even talk to like that, I'm going to be like, where the hell was your ass? You know? Like teasing, joking, but I'm going to be like, I could have used somebody's help that day. But no, I had to figure the shit out myself. I have no problem knowing when I'm completely alone and when I have to figure shit out by myself. I've never had a problem with that, like, for as far as a mentality. The only way I have had a problem with it is emotionally. Because I've went through a lot of emotional abuse. And so when you lie to me about your fucking emotions, that's when shit hits the fan and we ain't friends no more. That's when it's done. That's when it's over. And how the hell I'm going to go about finding people that have some type of logic, but also emotional stability like that inside of them? Fuck, I got my work cut out for me, I reckon. 'Cause damn shit far. Where the hell are good people? I went to work with this one girl. She had her head on straight for the most part, for as young as she was. She was going through the same situation I kinda did. Well, she actually was, except for she had a license, she had a car, she had a job. I didn't have that shit. But her baby daddy was in prison while she was pregnant and while having the baby. Now, he wasn't in there as long as my baby daddy was, but still, he was locked up. And I'm talking to her. And she drops out of school, but she gets her GED. I dropped out of school. I didn't get my GED. So she's doing better than me, and I'm proud of her, and I'm trying to encourage her, and I'm trying to tell her she's doing a good job. And, like, I am all about being a family person, and I even was like, we could move in together. We both got kids. We both got baby daddies. We both been through some shitty sides of some relationships. And I was like, I could be mama number 2 to your baby, and everything. And then she told me that she's been with girls before. So I was like, shit for hell, we can get together. We can make a run of it and see if we can make it work. I have never dated a girl, but I have definitely thought about it. Why have I thought about it? Because I find women attractive. Why do I find women attractive? Because I can look at anything and see beauty in it. Okay? So that's the reason I find women attractive. It's not that I look at women versus men and I'm like, oh, hell yeah. And I look at a man and I'm like, ugh. But emotionally, yeah, to a degree. That's kind of where I'm at. But I have to be able to sync, I guess you'd say, with this woman's emotions. She has to show me her true colors emotionally with where she's at. Oh, she's hurting. Oh, she's going through shit. Oh, she wants the family too. Oh, she's hurting. Oh, she's going through shit. Oh, she wants family too. And she's legit. She's as legit as I am. We are mirroring each other in how legit we are about wanting families. I can do this if she can. We can make this work. We can agree upon it. And that's even been the way the situation was with the girl that I did fall in love with just a few months ago. Or a year ago. However you want to word it. I don't even give a shit anymore. I've been with my kid's dad. I've been with my husband. Me and my husband have been separated for 5 years. I dated one guy. And then I guess I hurt his feelings. And I really did not mean to. And then I even tried to reconnect with him about a year and a half, or no, it's been longer than that. 2.5 years ago. The guy that I just hung out with once. And then he's got his own fucking issues. So I was like, okay, never mind. And that is the thing. Where is a good man? Yeah, I said man because I've wanted to marry a man. If I didn't want to marry a man, why would I have married my husband? Why would I have slept with a man first, my kid's dad, instead of sleeping with a woman first? Because I wanted to be with a man. I wanted to marry a man. I wanted to build a life with a man. I even went out on a date with a man after me and my husband split. In the 5 years we've been separated, I've went out on a date with one man. Why would I go out on a date with a man? To give men chances. To give men the chances to prove to me that they actually do care about me, that I actually am something to them, and that they're actually going to put in the dedication and work that it takes to build a family, a house, a home. But none of them are dedicated. Women are becoming more dedicated than men. And that's the reason, and my papa always used to say it anyways, and he was in the Air Force and he died when I was 17. We are going to end up having way more lesbian couples by the time the end of the world comes than we will men and women being together. Because there's more women, there's too many women in comparison to the amount of men. He used to tell me that for every man, there was 7 women. That's how the population was, or that's how, he said it was going to be, or they said, like, he used to study all kinds of shit dealing with that and talk about it. And I believe him. I believe he's right. And so if I can't find a man worth of shit to be with that's wanting to build a life with me, that's wanting to help me raise my child, that's wanting to be the other parent to my child. And by other parent, I don't mean you have to actually be the full on, parent type person. But I guarantee you, if my kid calls the house and I'm at work or I'm gone or I'm sick or something and she says, I need this, and you're with me, you better get your ass up and go take care of whatever it is. Whether she needs a ride to work, whether she needs $20 for gas money, you better take care of it if I'm busy. And then if you want to come to me when I get home and say, hey, I had to give her $20 because she's out of gas money, or I had to give her a ride to work, like you better be willing to help out. And I've always dreamed of having 7 children. And sometimes I think I kind of did that living here out on my own for the first time, because I had my kid, we had 3 dogs, we have 2 cats, and we had a bird. And so there, for the 6 months that the bird was alive, or no, let's see, she was almost alive a year, that's right. Or she was alive a year. Shit, she was alive. Damn, we had that bird a long time. I think that's right. Because I was like, oh, it's an early... We had her somewhere around a year. So for that moment in time, I did have 7 babies. I had my kid, my 3 dogs, my 2 cats, and my bird. Bird ended up dying because my kid wouldn't feed it, take care of it. One of the dogs is missing right now. And then my kid is over at my parents'. And that's another thing too. I don't need somebody coming around me and being like, oh, just, and I guess I need to kind of stop trying to be in love with this girl, because I thought I seen her for who she truly was, even though she told me she was this other person. And I know she's not as bad as she talks about herself. But if that's what she wants me to believe, I'm not going to fight it anymore. I'll believe it. She wants me to believe that she hates kids, that she hates everybody. And she wants me, what was her advice about my kid? Just let them keep her. And I've had a lot of people say that. And in all honesty, I'm kind of like that to a degree because my child, she'll be 13 in a little while. And at 13, she's supposed to be able to choose where she wants to live. And like I said, that's all that I'm trying to make sure that my baby knows, and that ain't no court system going to tell me, no, I can't, or what the fuck ever. My child can come home anytime she wants to. I don't give a shit who the hell supposedly ends up with custody of her. My baby can come home anytime she wants to. And ain't nobody, by the grace of God, gonna stop that. But anyways, this girl says she hates kids. This girl that I fell in love with, even though I see it as very different, and I see it that she's, in my opinion, she's just scared of kids. Because her first, like the first kid she would have probably got really close to in the most recent future would have been her niece. And her niece has health issues. And so I think that scared her. And I think she sees that as just very wrong and bad, all the problems that the baby's having to go through and stuff. Stevie, you're getting on my nerves, son. But, anyways, so you tell me how I'm supposed to go about finding decent people to be friends with, even on Facebook. You tell me how the hell I'm supposed to go about finding a decent husband. And so far, it seems like there's no way to do it. So even though I'm not avidly pursuing women, if I happen to find another woman that I'm attracted to, and she's attracted to me, and I put in the effort and she puts in the effort, then so be it. We're going to be in a relationship. But right about now, like I said, I've never pursued anybody except for this one. And this one is acting like she's, I don't even know. But she wants me to believe she's not interested, so okay. But she better not start acting like she's interested if I do find somebody to be with. Man or woman. But I just don't know what the world is coming to where we can't. I don't know. It's so backwards. It's so backwards. Everything is. Oh, but back to the girl that I used to work with that she was pregnant and her baby daddy was in prison and he was kind of being an asshole to her and stuff. And I actually bumped into her not too long ago. What was it, like 4 or 5 months ago? And she's not with the kid's dad. Big shocker there. Like, I would love for a man to surprise me even if it wasn't my own man. And what I mean by that is a man that stays loyal and a man that actually treats the woman that he's with and all the women around him with actual respect. But anyways, this girl, I said, how have you went about getting your license, pushing yourself so hard that you're willing to get your GED and that you're working? I said, how did you get that strength? And she's like, I don't even know. And she's like, oh, but I used to be so messed up beforehand. And I'm like, what do you mean? So she told me about her promiscuous activities. And then she told me about her drug usage. And she told me about just a whole bunch of shit that she'd been through. And she said, she said, before I started doing that, she said, because I started doing that when I was like, I can't remember if she said 15 or 13. She said, before I started doing that, she said, I was literally the best kid ever. She said, and my parents thought I was too. And she said, she said, I made good grades in school. I did everything right. I did everything correct. I got along with my parents. Hugs, kisses, I love you, and all this. She said, but I grew up, and I think she said she had a sister that was like a problem, maker, I guess you'd say, or somebody that just constantly was, causing a scene, I guess, and stuff. But she's like, yeah, she's like, I got really hard into drugs. I went to jail a few times, this and that, and everything. And she's like, and then whenever I went to jail the last time or whatever, and whenever I found out I was pregnant and stuff, or even before, she's like, my family, or maybe it was the guy's family, she's like, they got a hold of me and they was just like, because they came and picked her up like when she was really strung out on some shit. And they was like, we're going to help you to stop. We're going to help you. We love you. We care about you. We're going to help you. And she's like, but why, though? She's like, I'll never understand why. She said, because before I started doing drugs and being promiscuous, she said, I tried to talk to my family and tell them that I was unhappy and that all these emotions and stuff was going on. And she said, but nobody did anything. And I was like, oh my God, I know what you're saying. Because literally from the time I was 7 or 8, all the way, but they mainly started around 10, I was trying to talk to my mother. See, my mother is the boss of the house. She's the queen narcissist of the family. And so, as the scapegoated child, you're taught you can't go to nobody else. And nobody can go to nobody else because all relations have to go through the opinions and the voiceover story, I guess, of the narcissist. And so and then because of my dad's abuse, I couldn't turn to him. And then I didn't have anybody I could talk to. And I even tried to talk to the counselors a few times, but they would just laugh me off because I was the youngest child too. And see, my sister was like this kind of art prodigy, I guess, or whatever, like in the high school that we went to. Like she was just, Tiger, please fucking stop it. You are pissing me the fuck off. Bad. But like everybody knew my sister because she was the best artist in school when she went to school there. And so it was just, oh, that's so and so's little sister. Oh, that's so and so's little sister. And so I'd go to the counselor and try to talk to the counselor about my problems. And instead of counselors seeing my problems, instead it became, she must be lying. Because her sister was here just 4 short years ago, and her sister never acted like she had any problems and never complained, and she was a good student. And see, this child's always been kind of a bad student or an iffy student, so she must just be trying to cause problems. No, the reason I was a bad student, an iffy student, if you will, is because I'm not as intellectually advanced or smart or what the fuck ever as my sister is, for as far as bookworm or what the fuck ever. But at the same damn time, I'm not a fucking moron. But Tiger, you're fucking killing me, man. You're killing me. Like I'm in a very stern mood right about now. You're killing me. Could you please stop it? But anyways, So, because my grades and this and that, and then my mom, they'd call her and say, Heather came into the counselor's office and said this today or did this today. And my mom always had the perfect little story. Oh, she's just doing that because she's mad about this or she's mad about that. When a child comes to the counselor like I did, the counselor needs to listen to the child. That is the biggest problem. Instead, counselors call the parents. They call the parents. They don't listen to the child. And then they listen to the parents and what the parent says is going on and says is best. And so now it's all blew up into this shit at the age of me being 30 and my daughter being 12. And I'm just like, well, it was about fucking kind of time. Whatever. Go ahead and blow the shit out of the fucking water. Because I was trying to do it years ago. I was trying to be like, hey, there's a problem. Hey, there's a problem. Hey, there's a problem. And it's like, no, no, no. And now, because I was a scapegoated child, it's like, yes, there is a problem, but it's Heather. So now my family's like, okay, no contact. Or if it is contact, it's to make fun of her. It's to see what she's up to so we can have something to gossip about still. All I can say to that is, fuck you. Okay? But anyways. Instead, I'll just put it out on YouTube. That way everybody can gossip about it. But, anyways. I'm literally going to have to shut myself down emotionally more than I probably even am right now. Just so I can get back to trying to get ahead in life. And in all honesty, there's only been one other time that I've shut down emotionally. And it's really, really, really hard to do. And by shut down emotionally, I don't mean, not care about the things that I do value and care about. Like, I'm not going to shut down and be like, okay, I have dogs, but I don't care if they ever get walked. I don't care if they ever get fed. I don't care. It's not that. No, I will still care about my dogs. I will still care about my cats. I will still care about my daughter. But everybody else, well, uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Yeah, sure, why not? No, I'm not doing that. Oh, you're mad at me? Oh, you don't like me now? Oh, now you took me off Facebook? Oh, now you think I'm fat and ugly? Oh, now you think I'm stupid? Oh, now you think I'm smart? Oh, now you think I'm good enough? Oh, now I'm pretty enough? Oh, now I'm skinny enough? Oh, now my boobs are big enough? Oh, now because maybe I go out and start dating, now I'm good enough for you to date. Oh, now because I went and did my eyebrows and I ain't done them in forever, now I look good enough. Oh, and let's say I start wearing makeup. Oh, now I put makeup on and now I'm gorgeous, right? But I ain't shut myself down to everybody in a long ass time, and I've only done it once, and it was when I was in 3rd grade. I literally did not talk to no one unless I felt like it or unless I had to. Just like my friend says. My one friend that I feel like I do have, but I'm not 100% certain. She says, oh, I cannot like you all day, but I can be civil with you. And that's just the way I was in 3rd grade. Put me in a group of everybody that I fucking hate. Can you hand me the red crown? Thank you. Can you please put this back? I'd appreciate it. Thank you. So I guess I'm going to have to work on my manners and bring those back into play, because I've really sucked at them, in all honesty. And I really got really bad at them because when I was in 12th, or no, shit, not 12th. What the fuck am I thinking? When I was in 8th grade, we had to take a etiquette class. And, well, it was a home ec class, but we had to study etiquette because we got stuck with the same class, I think, that we'd had the last semester, because they were doing something and she's like, it's stupid for you to study the same thing, so we're going to study etiquette. And so we studied etiquette. And I went in after passing and doing great. And, we had to learn how to balance a book on our heads and sit down without it falling and rise without it falling and cross our legs and, how to place our hands and what gestures and this and that and everything. Little girly shit. And I went home and I was like, I really like the way it makes me feel. And that's just like, what is it, Lady Gaga in her, one of her interviews or talks or whatever, where she's like, you know what? You can be kind. Kindness is free. And it feels good. So does good manners. It really does. And that's even like Will Smith. He's like, I don't cuss. I don't cuss. I don't fight. I don't argue. It feels good to do those things. But where the hell we have crossed those things with the freedom to emotionally express ourselves being restrained is an illusion that is created by society because society doesn't want you to be strong. If we are strong as individuals, then where the fuck are we going? What the fuck type of chaos is that gonna do? Especially for like mass industries and stuff. Say we go out here and we're like, you know what? In this city, all these people right here, just like what, for instance, Ryan Upchurch is pretty much doing. But now he's going like, he's all around like everybody fucking knows him to a degree and everything. But Ryan Upchurch, he makes like country, rock type music, mainly country. But anyways, so that's what he makes. Well, guess what? He got famous in his own town. And now people in his own town listen to his music probably more than they do other people's music from other towns, from other places. Now, he's from Tennessee, so I know Nashville, Tennessee, so that's kind of knocking neighbors, I guess you'd say, and everything. But it is what it is. But say, where I'm from, say we sit here and we're like, you know what? These people are good at editing. These people are good at photography. These people are good at this. They're good at shooting films. And say we got to the point that we could make our own movies. As an individual, I guess you'd say. Like dealing with, what's that? Or am I seeing things? Because that's glittery looking. I don't know. But anyways, say we got to a point where it's like, look at these Hollywood movies with these rich, actresses and actors in it. And these don't even portray anything we can really relate to. But so-and-so over here that took drama in high school, man, he's one of us. He can get in that movie, and so-and-so over here that took the computer class and all teched up, they can shoot it and edit it. You know what? I like that movie better than I do that fucking Hollywood movie. I can relate to that better. And I'm not saying that us being united in a way where we can be like, oh, the best movies come out of this, or the best music comes out of this place, or whatever is a bad thing. Unity is not a bad thing. But also respecting individuals is not a bad thing either. And where the fuck we've got off and learned to not do that, I have no fucking idea. I don't know what the fucking hell the goddamn problem is. I really don't. I can't wrap my fucking brain around it. Other than, I mean, it's getting close to the end times and shit. And, like, life is supposed to get worse. The world is supposed to get worse. It's the only way it's going to happen. It's the only way Revelations is going to come to pass. So we can sit here and preach knowledge, talk knowledge all fucking day long, but guess what? It's just a waste of time to a degree because you're going against the very nature of things. You're going against the creation and the nature of God. It's going to happen. And I'm not saying to sit there and let it happen, though. But Ryan Upchurch, that's another thing, too, that he has a pretty good stance on. He's like, man, when shit hits the fan, he's like, I'm going to be over here in my little hideout, with his damn guns and shit. Like, he going to take care of his own. But, anyways, back to shutting down emotionally from people, and I did in 3rd grade and everything, and how the hell it's got so bad that you got to do that. That way you can find people that are decent enough to want to spend you time with, hang out with, people that inspire you, people that make you want to be better and everything. I don't even know. I don't know what the fuck's happened. I don't know where it's mind-boggling. And like I said, so I guess I'm going to have to learn to bring back my manners and shit because I'm fixing to shut down emotionally on everybody's ass that ain't my kid. And ain't my, family and my fucking pets and shit. Like, just be like, yes, no, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, thank you, please, you're welcome. I don't know, but I gotta end this video because it's coming up on a long-ass run. But, if you like my videos or you just want to comment or something, fuck, I don't even know. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you later.